Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Sat Sri Akal, Jai Sri Ram. How was the week? How was the day? How was the moment? How was your drive to the school? How was your drive to the office? Fantastic. So, need more energy? Week is coming towards an end. However, as we say in real estate, you are either working or you are on vacation. When you are on vacation, disconnect, relax, have fun, recharge, rejuvenate, and get back. When you're working, there are no Mondays, there are no Sundays, there are no Saturdays, there are no Wednesdays. Every day that you are in the market, you have ample opportunities to keep yourself up, to keep yourself running, to keep yourself motivated. So, we've been talking about how to become great, how to become a great person, how to let your inner greatness shine out. We've been talking about how to become a great salesperson, how to become what is already in us and let that inner greatness shine out. We've talked about how to create a funnel, how to create a fat pipeline, how to maintain that fat pipeline. We have talked about product knowledge. We have talked about qualifying a lead properly. So all of that we've been discussing, we've been sharing knowledge, we've been sharing our experiences about it. Now, we move on to a very critical part of the sales process. Yesterday we talked about product knowledge. We talked about the general knowledge of the market, and we talked about a specialized knowledge. Specialized knowledge is all about you specializing in a specific area, a specific vertical of the real estate market of Dubai. How do you specialize? You specialize by gathering as much information, as much knowledge, as much data of a specific area. We've discussed super luxury, the mid segment, and the economy segment of the market. Study the whole market, general knowledge, and then identify what you are good at. And once you've identified what you are good at, go ahead and specialize. Some of you have come up to me and you have talked to me about what you would like to specialize in, which areas you would like to specialize in, and how to go about it. We've already discussed. Now you've done all of that. You have the product knowledge, you have specialized, you have built up the information and the knowledge about that area. How do you proceed from there? What is the critical skill that will help you in becoming a specialist. Knowledge is good, knowledge is great. An investment in knowledge is one of the best investments you can make in your life. However, once you have that knowledge and you are sharing that knowledge to your prospect, whether they are a buyer or a seller, when you are discussing it, you will have something known as objection, or in a sales process, a sales conversation, you will have objections. You will have objections. And a good sales person, a good sales executive, a good sales master is a master at objection handling. If you are not able to master this, and you have to master it, without any doubt you have to master it. If you are not able to master it, then 99% chances are that you will lose the sale. You will lose that deal. You will lose that opportunity. So let's talk about objection handling. How do you handle an objection? You always handle an objection positively. You are proposing an apartment in Discovery Gardens. Okay. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. The client has the investment capacity to buy that apartment, to acquire that apartment. However, the client is more interested in Overcharge, or the client is more interested all the way across to the town in Overcharge. So what do? Yes, Mr. Client, Overcharge is a great area. Client says, you know what, I think so, Overcharge is more to my taste, and I believe that I will be able to make more money over there. Yes, Mr. Client. Yes, Miss Client. Overcharge is a great area. It has awesome potential. It is near to the airport. It is right next to Sharjah. It is right next to International City. It is very close to Dragon Mall. So first, we talk about the positives of the area that the client is showing interest in. So that's where your general knowledge of the market comes into play. Your general knowledge of the market comes into play here. So now you're talking positive. The client is, you have been directing the client, advising the client to invest in Overcharge or Discovery Gardens, and the client is going all the way across to the town. That is an area you do not specialize in. So When the clients, after so much of effort at your end, finding out the right property, getting in touch with the developers, sharing the floor plans, pictures, doing a couple of viewings, or maybe 8, 10 viewings. You don't know how, I don't know how many viewings you've already done. So what do? If the client, after so much of effort, is now shifting their focus towards Alvarsan because someone or some other agent or investment advisor has proposed to them Alvarsan because they specialize in Alvarsan. So, two things is what you can do, and these two things you can do in life, and you can put it in any situation. You can either give up or you pivot. You are flexible. And because of your flexibility, your product knowledge, your general knowledge of the market, you re-divert back that focus towards your goal. And your goal is to get the best investment for that client and in the area that you specialize in. Each and every area in Dubai or in any real estate market gives good returns. Commensurate to the investment that you make. A client who's investing in Discovery Gardens or Al Furjan 1 bedroom will not be able to make an investment in downtown. They do not have the investment capacity to make that investment. So you redirect them to your goal. So your general knowledge of the market helps you talk positively about the area that this bouncer has come up to you. After nearly 15 days, 20 days, a month of efforts, this client is now saying, I'm interested in Alvarsan. I think so that's a better area. And then you again start talking about the positive things of your specialization, your specialist knowledge. Yes, Alvarsan has X, Y, Z, A, B, C. However, Discovery Gardens already has great metro connectivity. It is a fully developed community. It is quite near to the industrial areas where people go to work, and along with that, it is also quite near to the new international airport of DWC, which is going to be the future hub of aviation in the whole Middle East. Ibn Battuta Mall is a walk away. So you talk about, again, you go back to the very beginning of your sales pitch, when you started discussing Discovery Gardens, or when you started discussing Al Furjan. You go back to the very beginning. However, you talk positive. You present the best of your area of specialization to that future client, to that future prospect, to that prospect. You talk positive. Keep talking positive. Why? Yesterday's discussion. Recall. Glass of water. You put in a few drops of ink. You put in a few drops of color. The color changes. It becomes muddy. It is no more a crystal clear glass of water. And what do you do to make it the same crystal clear glass of water? You pour in so much clean water into it that the impurities get washed out. That is the core of objection handling. That is the core of objection handling at its core. You know what? Dubai's market is very volatile. It keeps crashing, it keeps going down. Yes, definitely, Mr. Client, you are very right. I am really glad when I talk to investors like you who are aware of the market. You pump up the investor. You appreciate them because they have done their homework. They are making your life easier. Okay? And then you present more positives. However, look at it from this perspective. Every time that Dubai's market has gone down, it has then risen and went beyond what it was before it went down. Positive. Accept it. If it is something factual, accept it. Appreciate it and then take it to the next level. That is the core of objection handling. And you will do that, you will be able to do that only and only if you have the knowledge, the information, the data in your system, at the fingertips, at the tip of your tongue. Got it? So you have to make the effort. There are websites, there are tools available to you. Spend time on them. I keep telling everyone who's in real estate, we do not overcharge. We charge for the effort, the mental effort, the physical effort, the emotional effort that we put into getting the right investment opportunities for our clients. We do not overcharge. Do not be in this mindset that, this guy is spending 6 million dirhams and he will be paying 120,000 dirhams to me. For what? Do not be in that mindset. You are getting paid for the amount of effort that you do. A fluke is a different discussion altogether. However, if you want to be successful, consistently successful in this business, or for that matter, any business, first and foremost, you have to accept that I am worth the money that I am charging. Remember that. You are worth more than the charge that you are putting onto the client's account for your services, for your product. Classic example. Apple iPhone. Right? Everyone talks about, Apple iPhone is so expensive, you have to sell a kidney to buy an Apple iPhone, blah, 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 blah. Do you know the amount of effort that goes into researching each and every aspect of an Apple iPhone? Have you guys thought about it from that perspective? Hundreds of thousands of engineers, product designers, marketing experts, research analysts, factory workers, all of them doing the effort to generate, to manufacture an awesome product. And it is not just, a marketing gimmick. An iPhone is not a marketing gimmick. They charge because every iPhone that they are creating is tested thoroughly. You might have an Android phone with 108 megapixel camera, 256 megapixel camera, God knows what, how many, 1 gigapixel camera. However, the quality of a 12 megapixel camera on an iPhone is guaranteed to be better than that 1 gigapixel camera on an Android phone. The stability of an iPhone is guaranteed to be better than an Android phone. If I am making a false statement, come out and tell me that you are making a false statement. So believe this firmly, make it a part of your faith in yourself that I am not overcharging. I am charging what is due to me. What I am charging less than what is due to me. Be humble about it. Do not be arrogant about it. See, believing in yourself is not arrogance. It's not arrogance. Arrogance comes when you when you know that I am capable of X and you demand 3x, 5x. Okay? So we go back to again the same core concept that we started from. Know yourself. So, objection handling. There is a reason why I started from know yourself, because that is the kernel, that is the core of where you build up from. All of that, all of the discussion, the knowledge share that will keep happening, it will keep circling back to that same core concept. So now I want you to spend 5 minutes thinking about one objection each about Dubai's real estate market. Pick up any area and I want you to think about it. Now I want you to write down that objection on a piece of paper, in your notepad, in your notebooks, whatever you have. I want you to write down that objection in a separate, fresh page. One core objection that you believe from your experience that this is an objection which cannot be answered. Which cannot be answered. Which you do not have the answer for. Which you believe. I'm not saying that it is unanswerable. Which you believe is unanswerable by you. Think about an objection. And let me share something with you while you're doing that and thinking about it and writing about it. there is always an objection which even the best of us are not able to answer immediately. So you have company, you are in the company of the greatest in this world. Are we done? Fez, give me one objection which you believe is unanswerable. Have you written it down? No? Noor, one objection that you believe you do not know the answer to, or that you believe is unanswerable. Lakshman, one objection which you believe is unanswerable. Okay. Fernando, give me one objection that you believe is unanswerable by you regarding Dubai's real estate. Take your time, you just joined us. Take your time, write it down. Okay, when you say repeat, it is always again. Repeat is again. So do not say repeat again. Okay, so no, all of us keep, even I make those mistakes, but let us be not oxymoronic. So these terms are called oxymoronic terms, or oxymoronic phrases. Repeat again.
Yes.
Okay?
Same meaning.
Yes. I want you to think of an objection which you believe is unanswerable for Dubai's real estate investment. Kingsley.
Same area, one locality. There are multiple developers. When it comes to ROI part, everyone is same. According to the price, the percentage rate is same. Percentage ratio same. But for the flipping or reselling, only the particular developers getting a good amount of back, flipping back. But the rest, all the local developer, they are not at all getting not even the actual selling price, actual OP, original price. Sometimes they have to go down to the OP.
Right.
So this I don't know how to answer and how to pitch the client, because the client just keep questioning me back. Because they are doing research. At the same time, their friends around in Dubai, they are giving a false information. Don't invest on this particular developer. You will not get anything. Maybe you can get ROI for some time, then after that it will be a shit. So in that case, I don't know how to answer.
Okay. So the core of the question is that in one area there are multiple developers. The rental return is generally the same for the same size apartments in a specific area, which is not the case. It also depends upon the buildings, the amenities, etc. However, let's keep it that the range remains the same for a similar building, a G+19 building, etc. etc. However, when it comes to selling it, the capital appreciation on one developer is very high compared to the other developers in the same area. How do you answer that? That is the question. What's your question?
My question
Eric?
is,
Your objection.
Yeah, just is will or can a place like Palm Jumeirah and downtown buildings there can be cheaper or moderate, like partial height.
Where is the objection?
The objection here is, to me, I believe it's not possible.
Give me the objection. You are sharing information with me. Give me an objection. What is the objection that your client has?
The objection that he has is, like, you want a building in Palm Jumeirah, but the price.
That's not an objection. I want you to come up with an objection. What is the purpose of this exercise? The purpose of this exercise is for you to put on the shoes of your future clients. I'm not going to answer those questions for you. As I told you, I'll not spoon feed anything to you. Now that we have started on this, with this small exercise, develop your general knowledge, develop your specialist knowledge, and a great tool in that development would be finding those objections.
So I have one objection. That for example, in Dubai Hills, the price is increasing. You see the people. But Dubai Hills, if you really think it's between Arabian Ranges and Dubai Hills, there's huge land. And so, why they are like, in the future they might come up with something cheaper, right? When they have bigger port available. So, the question most of them asking, they are selling this one now because the demand of the market. So how about they something come up is cheaper? The property price will go down. In Dubai Hills or this person.
Okay. Good objection. I'm not going to answer it.
Yes.
Go out, develop it. I'm not here to spoon feed you. I will not spoon feed you. Once you have developed it, you will answer it yourself. I want you to find the answers yourself.
If you have the same question,
I understood the question. I understood your question perfectly.
what would be the short answer?
That guy is sneaky like hell. Okay? So instead of me asking me to answer the question directly, he's saying, okay, what would be the short answer? Give me a hint. Okay.
What is your opinion?
What is your opinion? Very nice. Very good. It's a very good way to, have a discussion with your client. When a client comes up with an objection, you can always, and especially if they come with a smart objection like that, push the ball back into their court. If you do not have the answer, I have the answer to that for your information. Okay. Let me make your life a little bit easier. Yes, Mr. Client. Yes, Mr. Fernando, you are 100% right. There is a huge tract of land that is lying vacant between Dubai Hills Estate and Arabian Ranches. Let me just show it to you. Take out a piece of pen and paper and draw it. Al Khair Road, Sakim Road, right?
Yes.
Dubai Hills Estate, Arabian Ranches.
Yes.
This huge piece of land is lying vacant.
In the camels.
Okay? So you have the King's College and there is nothing after that. And all the way to Majan, there is nothing after that.
Yes.
So if you drive all the way from the intersection of Sakim Street and Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, all the way to Majan, there is nothing. It's blank. And an astute investor like you would be the one who would have noticed it. Most of the people do not notice it. However, think of it from this perspective. When District 1 development started happening, did the prices in downtown fall? No. When the development of Jumeirah Golf State started happening, did the prices in Emirates Hills fall? No. And that is your answer. A premium, well-developed community like Dubai Hills Estate does not get affected by new developments. It actually gets a boost. Because then if low income or lower priced options come up near it, the rentals in those areas will be lower. The help and the auxiliary staff for people who are staying in Dubai Hills Estate, their life becomes easier. More schools will come around Dubai Hills Estate. A bigger mall might come up around Dubai Hills Estate. So all of that will make the prices in Dubai Hills Estate actually go up than go down.
Could have started trading 3 months ago. That was one more deal. That's a great answer.
That is all it is. And this answer did not come overnight.
That's perfect. Excellent.
Remember this. Every hour that I spend here right now with all of you, every hour requires 10 hours of effort, immediate effort for me, and it comes after 24 years of investing in myself. I read like no one's business. I can say it for a fact without any exaggeration that I must have read at least 20,000 books in my life. Without any doubt, I can say that. I read more than 3,000 books before I was 16. I read the whole Encyclopedia Britannica before I was 14. I read the whole Encyclopedia Americana before I was 19. Every day I must be reading more than 10,000 words without doubt. 10,000 words. That is what my reading capacity is. I read at the speed of 700 words per minute. That is my reading speed. If I focus and read, I can read 700 words per minute if I get into the zone of reading. So read articles, read books, read information, gather it, just let it flow into you. Become like the ocean. Let the rivers flow into you. You are not going to, fill up. To give you a small example of how great our Creator is, what is the highest resolution camera that you know about? Mr. Noor, what is the highest resolution camera that you know about?
60.
Louder, please.
60.
60? No, megapixels. I'm talking about megapixels. Highest resolution. Frames is how many frames it can capture. What is the highest megapixel camera that you know about? Any camera that you know about. What is the highest resolution camera that you know about? 4 gigs. And how many sensors does it have? How many CMOS sensors does it have? 1, 2, 3. How many does it have? You need to get that information. Lakshman, what is the highest resolution camera that you know about? So you are saying 4 gigapixel camera is the highest that you know about. Right? Not storage, the sensor. Come on, guys.
I do have a camera.
I know about the camera, but the creator made a high.
So all the cameras are inspired by the human eye. Okay? The human eye has something known as the retina at the back. Just like in a camera you have CCD, okay, which actually captures the image. At the back of your eye there is something known as the retina. Okay? The retina has the capacity of capturing. Note this down very carefully. 625 megapixels per square millimeter of the retina space. And a normal human retina is generally between 10 to 12.5 millimeter square. So now multiply that by 10, you have 6.24 gigs of 8K plus resolution sensor in your eye.
What is the capacity?
624
After
megapixels.
this calculation.
6.24 giga megapixels. That is your capacity. Just your eye. Now if you go down to the brain, on an average, a human being can utilize, consciously you can utilize between 6% to 10% of your mental capacity. And here is the interesting part. The more you develop the conscious control of your human brain, of your mind, the more the mind expands. So you, by developing your conscious control, by putting in information, wisdom, knowledge, data into your brain, will keep on expanding it, and this is how it goes. You are at 6% right now. Everyone can see that?
Yes.
Okay? You expand your capacity, you put more information, your capacity of conscious control goes to 10%, and then because your brain has expanded, it again goes back to 6%. And then you keep on expanding, then again goes to 10%, comes back to 6%, goes back to 10%, comes back to 6%, goes back to 10%, comes back to 6%, goes up to 10%, comes back to 6%. And this continues forever for your life.
What?
So you mean it cannot go more than that?
It cannot. You cannot consciously control more than 10% of your human brain, because the mind will keep expanding exponentially with the information and the knowledge and the data that you keep pouring into it. that is the beauty of the human brain. You cannot fill it up. You cannot fill up the human brain. Remember this. This wave function has been proven by numerous experiments. So just let that information pour in. And I am not unique in that. I might have some skills which, because of my practice, has been honed to a what you might call superhuman level, but it is not superhuman. It is human. All that I have done is that I have forced myself to a level which most of the people do not even think of achieving. Because of that, what has happened now is that when I get some information, my mind is able to comprehend it, analyze it, and utilize it at a much faster speed than most of the people. And it is not something that I was inborn with. This is something which I have developed, and each one of you can do it. Now, when I read a project report, when I read a developer's brief, I'm able to connect that with everything else. Fernando came up with an objection which I answered. No one, believe me, if you don't want to believe me, don't believe me. But till date, no one had come up with that objection to me. And I was able to answer it because of this, and because of this, and because of this, and because of everything else that I have talked about. Coming back to objection handling, positively, with knowledge and flexibility. 3 core skills that you will use while handling objections. Always positively. Always positively. Even if it is so disappointing that you want to literally throttle the client down on the ground, punch them in the face, and destroy them. You've put in 3 months, 6 months of effort, a year of effort, 2 years of effort into bringing the client the right opportunity. And it is right on the verge of getting closed. And then the client says, you know what? I think instead of Emirates Hills, I want to invest in District 1. It's nearer to downtown. You are at the client's office or home, or the client is here at your office and he's come with his checkbook to write the deposit check, and that's when he says that. Or she says that. What do? Yes. Yes, Mr. Raza, definitely. District 1 is an awesome place to invest in. It's a beautiful place to live in. However, I believe the kind of lifestyle that you have, the kind of business that you have, Emirates Hills is still a better place for you. It is a well-developed community. It has the same class of people with whom you move around. Okay? Your factory is in Jaffa. And you can Just drop in 10 minutes, you can be in Charleston. Your main office is in downtown. 15 minutes you can be in downtown. You're right, you're positioned perfectly. You have some of the best 5-star hotels all around you. You want to go and relax on the beach, you have the JBR beach, 5 minutes drive away. Talk about the positives. Always talk about the positives. That is one of the reasons why I do not super specialize. Because in the last 15 years, 16 years, 17 years, actually real estate now 19 years, I have had the opportunity of specializing in nearly all the areas because I grew with the market. Each area was becoming hot in its own when I was there in the market. So Emirates Hills and the Emirates Living became hot. Then downtown became hot. Okay, then Palm became hot. So they did not become hot simultaneously. They happened every year. One area was becoming hot, and I spent time in specializing in that. So that is where I have had the opportunity of doing that. You do not have that. Now, there are specialists, super specialists of each area. So you are in competition with them. Since you are in competition with them, you need to identify your comfort zone, not comfort zone, whatever. Your areas where you believe that you can master that area and you can be the best. My belief is that you pick up an area and all of you who are here can be a master of that area. Doesn't matter which area you're in. I believe that. I genuinely, unadulterated, believe that without even an iota of exaggeration. Okay? So handle your objections with knowledge, with positivity and flexibility.